Happy Wednesday, everybody. Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. We are back from vacation, and it is time to get back to the real world. It's actually past time, but it is time to do Mr. Snow Gardener's check. He got paid last week while we were on vacation, so this budget is actually a week behind. I'm going to stick with my format where we talk about his budget. We use a piece of paper because I think that this is very relatable. This is how I started out. I didn't have fancy budgeting kits or anything like that. So we're just going to say his payday was today, even though, like I told you guys, it was last week, but we were on vacation. So we're just going to put B paycheck to paycheck budget. I am excited to tell you guys that my hubby actually had a normal paycheck. The last two paychecks, as you guys know, if you watched the last videos, were extremely short. If you didn't realize that, make sure you go check them out because they were tiny checks. So let's go ahead and talk about his income first. So we've got his paycheck. And like I said, it was a good paycheck. This was for 2 weeks. So $3,246.32 was his take-home pay. Now, Mr. Snow Gardener is going to go ahead and use some sinking fund money. And so he's going to pull in $195 of sinking fund money. This is to pay for his Audible subscription. He actually didn't quite have enough. So I'm resetting his subscriptions this month. You're going to see that as we go through. So we have got 3,246.32 plus 195. So we've got 3,000. Sorry, you guys, I have a frog in my throat. 3,441.32. But I don't like dealing with dollars and cents. So we're going to go ahead and utilize $3,440 today. That is what we've got to budget with. Now let's talk about bills. So for his bills, he's got some credit cards that he used this last month. So we need to get those paid. So he has got his Chase Amazon card. This right here was his Audible subscription. And so that card is $238.68. We want to pay this in full. And then we have got his Cabela's card. His Cabela's card, I believe this just has a few monthly subscriptions on. And we don't actually include those in the sinking fund because they're monthly. So he just cash flows those. So it was $41.93. Then we've got his Capital One Venture card. And this card is what he uses for all of his personal spending, as well as when he works out of town. So my husband does get a per diem that helps pay for food, all of that type of stuff. But, of course, that comes on his paycheck. So he uses this credit card for everything. This is a travel card, obviously, because you guys know my love language is travel. And so not too bad of a balance on here, $500.77. I can tell you guys, the reason why this isn't worse is because we were on vacation, and he did not use this card while we were on vacation. So nice to see a little bit less there. Now, speaking of being on vacation, I don't know how much we're going to be able to put towards it yet, but we need to put a line item right here for Hawaii because Hawaii is the first vacation in a long time that wasn't fully funded before we went. So Hawaii was not in our budget right now, but we did it anyway. If you're interested in seeing how much we spent in Hawaii, make sure you tune in on Friday because I'm going to break it all down for you guys. And if you want to see videos of us in Hawaii and such, make sure you tune into Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307. So I'm going to put a Hawaii there, but we do have one bill that he needs to pay, and that is our mortgage. Our mortgage, we always pay extra to it every single month. Obviously, that's our biggest goal. If you watch my daily game series, I play a game every day, and that money goes once a week to our mortgage. So we're paying our regular mortgage payment with extra, plus 4 weekly payments to try to get our debt down. So mortgage, we pay $1,500 to. Let's go ahead and add these up and see what we've done. Now, I am going to take you guys along to the bank with me. We're going to go ahead and grab a chai tea as well. And my hubby is actually home today. We are going to be heading to see the grandbaby. So maybe I'll see if he wants a coffee before we get going. So bills are $2,281.38. Now let's talk about what else we need. So for my cash envelopes or my wallet, I need Mr. Snow Gardener to put money into fun and home. And that is actually for April, so it will be utilized next month. So 50 each. So we've got $100 there. And then I told you guys we need to fix his subscriptions. And so let's go ahead and do our sinking funds here. So we've got subscriptions. And I need to add in $100 to subscriptions so that he is back to being where he needs to be. I believe when I started this sinking fund, I didn't backtrack enough in the 3 subscriptions that he pays for. So every year he ends up being short. And like I said, I made a mistake, so it's time to fix it. So we're going to put $100 in there. And then the next thing I need money for, or I would like money for, is savings challenges. This, of course, means this is going to debt. My husband and I both put extra into savings challenge money for our mortgage. So let's see, what do we have? We've got 228138 plus $100 here plus $100 for subscriptions. So that equals $2,481.38. And we're going to want to do some roundups and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and figure out the roundups really quick. I would like Mr. Snow Gardener to round up a little bit more than usual. And what I'm talking about for the roundups is these bills right here that have amounts that end in change and stuff like that. I go ahead and round those up. So I say, let's go ahead and round Chase up to 250. And let's go ahead and round Cabela's up to 50. And Venture, since we did this one so high, let's just go to 505 for Venture. And let's see, so 250 minus 238.68 equals 1132 in roundup. And then 50 minus 41.93. Oh yeah, 807. So that's some good roundups. And then this is going to Australia. So we are waiting until we get at least 100 dives in before we actually go to Australia. And we are both more than halfway there now. So let's see, if we add those amounts into this total right here, then we'll get a more valid amount. And so, of course, this is my rough draft budget. And so that will change that to 2305. These obviously are exactly the same. So add 200, 2505 minus 3440. So that leaves us $935 to work with. So I'm going to put $500 to Hawaii. And I'm going to go ahead and put $400 for savings challenges. That will leave us $35 as a rollover. And our roundup for Australia will end up being 1132 plus 807 plus 423 equals 2362. So now let's go ahead and figure out our cash really quick. So I don't need very much cash. I only have fun and home. Subscriptions is just going to be a placeholder, and we've got savings challenges for 400. So you can go ahead and do your cash on a paper as well, just like this. So we've got 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, and I am going to go ahead and get a 50. So for fun, we need 2 20s and 2 5s. For home, it's the same exact thing. And then for savings challenges, I like to get $50 in ones. And then let's go ahead and get 150. So that is $100. And let's go ahead and do $100 in 5s, 10s, and 20s. So $100 in 20s is 5, $100 in 10s is 10, $100 in 5s is 20. So let's go ahead and add these up. So we've got 50, we've got 24, we've got 10, we've got 9, we've got 1 for the 50. So let's make sure we're doing this right. So that equals $50. 9 times 20 equals 180. I'm just doing it on the calculator to make sure that I am correct, because I make so many mistakes that it's really nice if I can avoid those. So let's make sure that these add up to $500. So we've got 50 plus 120 plus 100 plus 180 plus 50 equals 500. Let's go ahead and grab out our cash slip, and let's go ahead and grab out our budget sheet and go ahead and get that written up. Then we'll head to the bank. We'll come back. We will go ahead and cash stuff. So for hundreds, we don't have any. For 50, we have one. And then we are going to go ahead and do a few savings challenges as well. It's been a while since I've done any savings challenges because I didn't do a 10-minute Monday this week. And you guys, just a heads up, I was home and could have done a 10-minute Monday, and that was my plan before I left. However, I have been really on the struggle bus lately, and I was struggling. So it didn't get filmed, and I'm giving myself grace. I hope you guys give me grace. And so I'd like to make up a little bit for that. All right, let me go ahead and grab the actual paper that we need out of my binder. This is my budget kit that I utilize. So if you're looking at the budget sheets that you do see in my videos, they are my budget sheets, and it is a monthly printable that you can get. And it is travel themed this year. The March theme is this. It's a little bit different, right? It's browns and tans and stuff, but I just thought it was so much fun. But look at how beautiful April is. Isn't that so pretty? So that's the April. And you can see all the pages here. And I print out some pages. I don't use all the pages in the budget kit. You guys, the budget kit is... it's huge. It's insane. If you are interested in getting the budget kit, you can go to my website or to Etsy. I recommend my website because it is cheaper that way. I don't have to charge as much because I don't have the Etsy fees. You can also find free things on my website because unlike Etsy, I don't have to pay for every single listing that I have. So I have free things on there too. So go check it out. If you decide you like the budget kit and you want to get it for free every single month, you can join my YouTube membership. And I have a few different levels. My levels include Georgette, Fred Jr., What the Duck, and SG307 Fan. The Georgette level is top level. That's the membership level that you get the budget kits every single month. It is a Google Drive, so you can just go in and print it off whenever you want. And so let's go ahead and write this in. I am going to go ahead and fast forward you guys as I get this written in. And where did I put my cash sticky note? Oh goodness, you guys, it's under my calculator. So we need this to go to the bank. This obviously isn't going to go to the bank with us. And let's go get in the car. dropped off the taxes at the accountant. We're gonna head to the bank, and then we're gonna go get a mountain MoCat. So I just got done with the accountant with finalizing the taxes and stuff, so they are all signed. And this year, I paid quarterly taxes for my business. However, obviously, my sales were not as much as previous years. Also, the no tax on overtime actually really helped us, because $25,000 not being figured into your total income, right, lowers your tax. So that was a good thing. So we're happy with that. And we also had a huge loss for my husband's business that has been closed for a long time, and that had to do with the lawsuits and stuff. So that helps. So we'll be getting a sizable return back, and I am going to take all of the quarterly tax money back that I spent, and then we're also going to pay off our Hawaii trip with that. And you know, this is not a bad thing, right? And I don't like it when the government holds my money for the year for free, so I will not be paying quarterly taxes this year unless all of a sudden the income from my business shoots up. If it does, I've got payment coupons that I can just fill in whatever amount I need to. But for the first quarter, which is due in April, I will not be paying quarterly taxes. Look at Loki in the back. All right, I've got to run into the bank. I'm going to go ahead and leave the Yorkie cam rolling so we can see what they do. I'm going to leave the windows open in the back. They'll be just fine. And then we'll see how much they bark. They're kind of bad dogs sometimes. They're barkers. Okay, be right back. All right, you guys, let's get a chai tea. And I'm not sure what I'm going to get today. I tried a special yesterday and it wasn't my favorite. So getting a chai tea. I wanted to tell you guys, I just tried to do something new, and I paid a couple medical bills myself this year that equal like $900 and some. Normally I didn't have a PIN for my HSA card because I didn't want to utilize that money for anything but medical. I never wanted to pay taxes or anything on it. So I actually set up a PIN yesterday, and I talked to HSA Bank, and she walked me through setting up the PIN. And so I did that, but I went to use the ATM, and I don't think I did it correctly, because when I put my card in, it asked if I wanted to do checking, savings, or credit card, and I didn't know what to select, so I selected checking, but it's actually, maybe it's, oh, it's a savings account, so I should have picked savings. Sometimes my brain doesn't work, but there was somebody behind me, and so I didn't want to sit there and try again, so I just took my card back. And it felt kind of silly. Do you guys ever do anything like that? All right, so we've got our cash in our bag right here. Since we're waiting for our drinks, let's go ahead and go through and sort these so they are faced. How does that sound? We'll use our time wisely, right? Is what they say. Use your time wisely. So the machines at the banks nowadays, of course, don't face the money. They're all backwards. They're the wrong direction. And so we'll get this fixed. And we've got Zeus keeping us company. He's checking the money out and walking all over it. Zeus, quit pushing the buttons in the car. They're very impatient for their treats. At least Zeus is. He's very spoiled rotten. And Loki just likes to look outside. And Athena, she's a little bit more shy and a little bit more timid. If my barista friends try to hand her her treat, a lot of times she won't even take it from them. That's just their personalities, right? It's kind of like my kids. Their personalities are different. Zeus, get off of my money. He's messing up all the money I just sorted through. But this way it will save me some time. Okay, so we've got the 5s, the 10s, the 20s, and the 50s all faced. except for there's a 20 there. Don't want to lose any of the money in the car, right? Then we've got our 51s. I'll go ahead and face those. Depending on how long our coffee takes, maybe we'll look for other bucks. Oh, you know, it's funny. I just added that 20 in because I thought it was part of this cash. It wasn't. It was to use to pay for my chai tea. So I need to get that 20 back out. It was weird. I was like, why is there a 20 there? That's the money that I need to pay. And Zeus is back there whining because he is a whiny butt. Hey, there's a D-buck. I see at least one D-buck. Ooh, I just saw an A-buck too. Spoiler alert. All right, you guys, we will get back to the house. We will get our budgeting done and some savings challenges. And like I said, get back to the real world. I did want to let you guys know, for chai tea and coffee and everything, you're going to see a lot of expenses for that on our Hawaii breakdown. Zeus, get in the back. Zeus, get in the back. I wanted to let you guys know that if you are on the Big Island in Hawaii, Kona Coffee and Tea is amazing. It is not a chain or anything. It is locally owned as far as I understand. And the chai tea, I think, honestly, you guys, might be my favorite chai tea I've ever had. That's right, ever. It was just the right blend of sweetness and spiciness, and I just absolutely loved it. I was sad that with the storms in Hawaii that we actually didn't get to get it a couple days because they were closed, and so it did save us some money. And that chai tea is pretty good, but Hawaii's was better. Maybe it was because it was in Hawaii. What do you guys think? All right, you guys, let's head home. That is a beautiful picture with the sun in my face. A beautiful day here in Wyoming. Let me go ahead and flip you guys around. Everybody, I am back from the bank, and I had quite an adventure with my HSA. Do you guys ever do stuff and you think to yourself, well, that was really stupid? When I set up my ATM pin yesterday for my card, I asked what the daily limit was, and since I was setting up a pin, I thought the lady at HSA Bank would understand that I was asking the daily limit that goes with the pin, and she had told me $2,500. I thought that was high, but I was like, it is a medical thing, so okay. And long story short, the ATM limit is $300, and the online transfer option is $2,500. Now, I don't know what I was thinking, you guys, but I didn't think about an online transfer. I didn't look in my app. I've never done anything but use my HSA card at the pharmacy, at the doctor. I've never done anything like pay for over-the-counter medications or anything else with my HSA card. So long story short, I just wasted a bunch of time when if I would have used my brain, I would have realized that inside of my banking app that I could add my checking account. I could reimburse myself through there. And of course, it makes a lot more sense because then I can do exact dollar and cents. I don't get fees for the ATM, but you know, sometimes I'm not very smart. And apparently that was one of the times. So we've already went ahead in the car and faced these bills. So let's go ahead and grab out what we need. This really is not going to be a cash stuffing. I realized that after I grabbed the cash because, of course, as far as Mr. Snowgardener's sinking funds, the only sinking fund of his that is actually getting money is subscriptions, but it's not getting cash. It's just getting a placeholder. So I actually already put that $100 placeholder in there to save a little bit of time. And this cash right here, we need to grab out $100. So we need to grab out 4 20s and 4 5s. And all of this money is for savings challenges. So we're going to set that aside for savings challenges. This is going to be added into my money that gets stuffed into my wallet. So this is for April. And just like that, I'm going to add that into a different pile. So let's see what we've got right here as far as bucks. Oh, I just realized I didn't pull any B-Bucks. The B-Bucks are still new to me. So let's go back through those again. Why didn't you guys remind me that I now save B-Bucks as well? Maybe I didn't see any. Was that what it was? I don't trust myself enough. Nope, there's a B-Buck. I don't trust myself enough, especially after that with my HSA. Okay, at least there was only one B-Buck. And let's go ahead and add these into the binder for all of our bucks. If you're brand new here and you don't know, I save A-Bucks for Australia, D-Bucks for diving/vacation, G-Bucks for garden/patio, and B-Bucks for bathroom remodel. So here is our binder. And let me go ahead and grab our dot markers. I have no idea what color of dot markers we are using because I've lost track. And I truly find that it is just easier at this point for me to remove these from the binder and go through them one by one. So we've got one A-Buck to go into Australia. That is super easy, right? One A-Buck. Easy peasy. That's a beautiful A-Buck. Okay, A-Buck's done. Bathroom remodel. We've got one B-Buck. That's easy peasy. I almost missed that B-Buck. Oh, wait a minute. I think I might have some bucks in my wallet. Squirrel. You guys, I have so many squirrel moments. I was telling Bridger that yesterday I felt like my, I don't know, ADHD. I've never been diagnosed, you guys, or anything like that, but I could not focus on one thing to save my life. I just couldn't do it. I had a hard time focusing on anything, and it was just one of those things where it was like, holy cow, what am I doing? All right, let's look here and see what we're doing. Okay, I'm just looking in my wallet to make sure I don't have any more bucks hidden in here. I don't think I do, but I want to make sure since we're doing this. Nope, don't see any there. Okay. All right. That was it. Just a couple dollars, but I knew I had some somewhere. And there was one more B-Buck. I do try to check all of my change when I get it. And my husband is not in that habit. He doesn't use a ton of cash anymore, though. Hence the reason why the venture card is higher. Okay, so now we've got D is for diving/vacation. Look at that. We like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more dollars. And it looks like we're using this color right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, do any of you guys struggle with that issue where your brain is running all over the place and you can't get it to stop? That was me yesterday. I was that typical person that you see that's running around like a crazy lady and not getting anything done. All right, so G-Bucks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 G-Bucks as well. Which is part of the reason why we are here dealing with this right now. Now, did I just dot too many G-Bucks? This is what I get for talking. All right, you guys, let's take a look. So according to this, I should have 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, yay for the win on that. All right, you guys, let me go ahead and reset. Let's do some savings challenges. And I just have to get over myself and my silliness with the HSA account. That was so funny. And it was funny because my husband looked at me like I was losing my mind. He goes, we've talked about this before, and I generally don't forget a lot. And he's like, we've talked about this before. And I'm like, I don't remember. I have a feeling it was a long time ago. Mr. Snowgartner, back in the days before we did budgeting how we do now, used to use the HSA money that he received from working at the sheriff's office as if it was extra money. So he would spend his HSA money on stuff that wasn't medical and then pay out the wazoo in fines and penalties or fees or whatever the heck it is. So it was probably back in those days. All right, let's get some savings challenges. Let's add some money to our mortgage. All right, I've got a hodgepodge of savings challenges here. I'm not sure exactly which ones we're going to do. We've got $100, so I probably have too many challenges for $100. Let me grab a sticky note so we can keep track of these. I need to update my mortgage tracker and everything, so I won't be sharing that with you guys today because it's not correct. We are going to go ahead and let's start out with some small challenges first, then we'll jump into the Life of a Creator book. We've got a couple printables here. All of these challenges are available on my Etsy. Some of them are available on my website. Check my website first. If you can get it on my website, it is always cheaper. All right, now where did my scratch off tool go? You guys, remember when I was just talking about being scatterbrained? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. I just used my scratch off tool to film the daily game. Where did I put it? Oh my goodness. I'm losing my mind, everybody. I found it in my drawer where it didn't belong. I don't know how it went there. All right, let's go ahead and start off with Happy New Year. We're actually not going to scratch on this one, but on the back, we have one more roll that we need to do for March. And this is a year long. It's 3 rolls per month. And then you have got, 10 scratch offs on the front. And so I've already done 4 of the scratch offs, so I'm kind of waiting, trying to push those out a little bit. So hello, March. We need to go ahead and roll 1 die. So we've got $2, and $2 is going to be going towards the mortgage. I can't remember if I said it or not, but I've got $100 here, and we're going to keep track of the challenges so I can write them in my mortgage tracker. So easy peasy. Happy New Year, right? Easy peasy for that. Then we've got our oldie but our goodie. We've got Miss Georgette and Fred Jr. here. I realized I need to grab out some other markers. So let's grab out this stack of markers. This is how I keep all of my markers organized. And the reason why I realized those is on the back of Spring Fun is a color and save. So we need to work on that too. So we've got $9 here on the front. And I told you guys one of the times that I use this challenge that the way to know if the artwork is older artwork or not is to look at Fred Jr. If Fred Jr. doesn't have a face, it is older. And if you're not familiar, Georgette and Fred Jr., What the Duck, and Ozzy, and who else? Oh, Ozzy and Georgie. Right? Is that everybody? What the Duck? Yep. They're all 100% original artwork, not AI or anything. My sister-in-law does the artwork, and her YouTube channel is 307 Design Studio. She's only got a couple things on there, but she does have a ton of stickers and stuff on Etsy, you guys. So $9 for that. And then how much is it going to take to finish this out? Let's see. Let's go ahead and color a bee. We're just going to stick with that. So a B right there, and that's $3. So let's grab $3 more. So 1, 2, and 3. And the flowers are $2 each. So let's put one of those back and do $4. And let's grab out some other markers. And it looks like we were going with a pinky purple theme here for spring showers and flowers. That one's very light. I don't know if you guys can see that one or not. But we've got that, and I hope this is a different purple. I think it's the same purple. If not, it's very close to the other purple. Oh my gosh, you guys. A 0 for coloring. And then we've got an umbrella. The umbrella is $5. This way, this whole challenge is done. And this challenge can be reused, right? It is laminated. So you can go ahead and wipe this off and reuse it. You can also add your own stickers on the other side. Go ahead and peel off the stickers. You could just leave it as is and just resave the dollar amounts again. Sometimes the English language is so very hard, and I feel like that needs black. Don't you guys think? Black. And then let's see how much we saved with the back scratch offs, or the back coloring and the front scratch offs for spring fun going to the mortgage. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We're going to go ahead and swap all of this out for the 20 that we've got here. So we've got change. So $21 for spring fun. So we're just going to put spring. Ooh, and my marker is running out. $21. And that challenge is all done. Okay, let's go ahead and do Miss Georgette in her bathtub right here. This is one of the self-care challenges right here. It says happiness is a long, hot bubble bath. And on the back, we've got a coloring save as well. These are $5 each. Let's go ahead and color in a duck, shall we? Did I just hit you guys with that? I apologize. So each picture I said was $5. So let's go ahead and color in a duck. And of course, I sometimes use colored pencils. I sometimes use permanent markers. And it really just depends on what I feel like for the challenge. Permanent markers would be just fine on this. You could also, you know, if you've got wet erase or dry erase, it would be just fine. So let's go ahead and put $5 for rubber ducky. And let's go ahead and scratch. We're just going to scratch one. This is a big challenge. It's $100. It's 3 to 15. So let's scratch this one down here. And we got $8 there. So we've got $13, and we're going to call this bubble bath is what we're going to call it, or maybe just bath. 1, 2, 3. So we have got $18 for bath. $18. And then we have got Starbelly Georgette. Shannon designed this for me. I asked her to do this for me back when I collected Starbucks. I don't know if you guys collect Starbucks or not. They are dollar bills, you know, it could be dollars, fives, tens, any denomination. But a Starbucks, just in case you didn't know, will have a star or an asterisk next to the number. So that's what a Starbucks is. This is only a $25 challenge on the front, and on the back we've got our stars that we're coloring. Let's go ahead and scratch 2 of these. We've got $2 there and $1 there, so $3 for your star. And let's go ahead and color 5 stars on the back. We've got a lot of stars to color. Maybe we should do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let me go ahead and swap that 5 out for a 10, just because we have so many. So for star, we're going to go ahead and save $13. And I believe my husband is getting ready to leave the house. So let me chat with him really quick and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. We've got Royalty Draw. Let's go ahead and do Royalty Draw. And you need a deck of cards for Royalty Draw. And let's see. So these are the cards that I've used. These are the cards that I need to use. And I was using a green dot marker on this to show which cards I've drawn. And on this one, of course, you can reuse this over and over. If you wanted, you could color the cards in. You could print this in black and white if you want to as well. So let's go ahead and shuffle our cards. And I say we give ourselves a budget of, let's say, $20 or so. For Royalty Draw. This is a beast of a challenge because you save the dollar amounts for every card here, so $2 to $10, and then you get to set what you want your face cards to be. I went ahead and went cheaper this time because I wanted it to be a little bit more affordable. So aces are 10 and all the rest are 5, just to save myself a little bit of money. So we've got a Queen of Hearts that is $5. We've almost got all the queens already. We've got 3 queens. We got a 3 of diamonds. And this is a fun challenge using cards, using something a little bit different, right? So that's $8. We've got a 7 of spades. That's our first spade. So 7, so 5, 6, and 7. We're going to have to swap out some of our ones in our other pile. And a king for $5, a king of clubs. So let's take a look, see what we've got. Like I said, we need to do a bill exchange, so we've got some ones. We've got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Can you guys believe that I gave myself a budget of 20 or so, and I actually got 20? Miracles do happen. They do happen. A lot of times when I give myself a budget like that, I'll go way over. So let's go ahead and swap out our ones for some tens. This is just my stack of cash that's going to the mortgage so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we'll grab another 10. We'll keep our stack going over here. It is amazing how far $100 can go if you want it to. So we've got our Life of a Creator Savings Challenge Collaboration Book, Volume 1, with a whole bunch of different creators. And I need to grab my stickers for my Kiss My Hiney challenge, which now I'm trying to remember where I put them. I keep losing my stickers for this book, and I don't know why I haven't just added these into the book itself. That was kind of silly of me, right? So that is the wrong size envelope, though. That is an A6 envelope. So I need to grab a larger envelope. That's what they were sitting in before, so that's where they were. And so see, we can go ahead and add this in. I've got a brand new one. I'm going to do this off camera just because I have to go ahead and punch all the dots and stuff out. But let's go ahead and add a little ellipse here to Miss Georgette. And we have got $50 challenge if we use the colored lips. Then we've got another set of lips that we can create our own challenge with. Let's go ahead and do $5 lips. And let's do a 2 as well. So we're going to go ahead and save $7 for that challenge. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to head on over and do an Ira challenge as well. So 5, 6, and 7 for Kiss My Hiney. Let's go on over to Ira and our counting sheep. You can see all the different creators. This came together so good. I do have hopes to create another creator book in the fall is what I'm hoping. So if you're interested in joining this challenge, send me an email. Let's go ahead and do 2 sheep for Ira for counting sheep. We're going to add this one sitting down. So that would be $10. So 10 buckaroos. And then let's go ahead and finish this money out with a different challenge. So that's our creator book right there. The books are so much fun. You can get a book and save a lot of money throughout a year or however long you want to use it. So we have got creator, and that was $17. Now let's see what we've got left of our 100. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our snowballing my savings. So we're just going to, normally I roll a die and stuff, but we're just going to go ahead and find enough to cross off $9. Let's go ahead and finish this first row here. So we have got a $3 challenge, or not a challenge, a snowball, $3 snowball. And a $4 snowball. And let's go ahead and do a $2 snowball as well. Even though I don't feel like I should be doing a snowball challenge, it should still be snowy here in Wyoming. But like I showed you guys, it's a beautiful day out there. I did put a hoodie on to go outside, but I have a feeling that I could have easily gone without a jacket or anything at all. And I'm kind of a sissy when it comes to that. So we have got all of this money here, so $100 extra going to our mortgage today. I want to thank you guys for joining me for the budget, for the madness that we call Snowburner 307. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until I see you guys next time, which will be on Friday for the Hawaii expense list, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, work, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good